Welcome back to another live trading session, traders. Hope that you had an enjoyable trading day and beginning another trading day. Here we are looking at some entry opportunity here in this market. Now, for those who have joined the previous session, the market in fact had a breakout currently on a consolidation. I'm looking at few entries in this session. As usual, we will be doing a complete multiple time frame analysis. Along with also we will be looking at the sentiment, geopolitics, and also what is happening in the fundamental level to see that what is our best entry setup in this market. If you are ready to enter with me and also look for the best trade setup, make sure you stick till the end and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. So let's begin with XAUUSD. That means that on gold and USD/JPY, we will be looking at a couple of instruments to see that actually what kind of trading opportunity we might see here in this session. I'm on the 4-hour level. This is the 4-hour support level that you can see the market has created initial move. So let's do first of all the technical analysis. By the way, I'm waiting for the majority of the members and traders to be here on this live session to be able to access the trade setup that we are taking potentially shortly after. If you're here, say yes so that we can begin, or write something on the live chat that shows that you are here. We can begin this analysis. Okay. Hi coach, how are you? Thank you very much. Welcome. Hello. Thank you. Let's go. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Cool. That's look very good to see that majority of you are really enjoying. Active traders, anyone browsing lecture? I don't know what it is. Savita Raj, hi coach, how are you? Love from Pakistan. Thank you very much. Hello. Let's go. Nalish Kumar, hi. Salam. Yes. Nels Kumar, good evening from India. Thank you. And if anyone looking for any particular setup, such as if you are looking to, we are analyzing gold, but if you are analyzing any other instrument such as the USD/JPY or euro dollar CAD, also you can let us know in the live chat. So when you are mentioning this instrument, make sure that you mention the time frame, that what time frame that you are looking at, so that I can give you my understanding. And also for those who are looking to enter, you can also share your setup if you want to in the live chat option. Very strong market. I've been holding a position in mass and gold since 2 MA. Okay, yeah, very strong market now at the moment. So I think gold might start to have some bullish bias technically, and also we can see that fundamentally I would say that still I wouldn't be fully bullish. There is FOMC coming, because if you look at the DXY, okay, dollar index is with the potential rate hike or rate hold this time, the market for the longer term could be bullish. I think it's on a pullback. This is from the fundamental. And if you look at the sentiment, we can see that some deal news has come out. So we saw that there was, let's look at that sentiment, and then we will be reviewing again the technical and also the sentiment. My entry is so good, even if it dropped a lot, I will still be green. Okay. So what is happening with the current sentiment is very important to see that, as Israeli media citing sources, Netanyahu informed Trump that Israel is not bound by the Lebanon clause in the agreement. So this is one, I think that is an important point to see what is happening with that. Iran said draft understanding allows future revenue collection. So I think there is another source from Iran. Iran says draft understanding allow future revenue collection in Hormuz according to Tehran. So this is one source saying that they still want to collect revenue on Strait of Hormuz. That's what I think. Investor don't wait for a detailed celebrate US-Iran agreement. Okay, this is another key point. That means that the traders investor in fact moving accordingly, and they might, it's very normal, because if you look at the news trading, most of the trade happened before the news event coming. Like traders are very quick in taking actions in terms of this kind of event. My entry is so good. Okay, thank you. And US and Iran agree on peace deal. I think this is 9 hours ago. That was a breaking news, and that makes a gap open. Iran Foreign Minister Arkachi in phone conversation with regional counterparts. Okay, so how much extra money Kings players make for winning NBA? Okay, this is another. World leader welcomes. So let's see what it says. World leaders welcome US-Iran deal as Europe signals sanction relief, urges Hormuz reopening. So one thing that from this deal that we have seen, that there is a Strait of Hormuz is reopening. So if the Strait of Hormuz is reopening, which was, I think the oil might fall, oil price might go down. So which you can see that WTI has a significant bearish trend in that case. So going to that part further, and okay, so Takaichi US-Iran agreement is a big step towards lasting calm, and I think this is the current sentiment. So this week, now going to the fundamental, we are coming towards the FOMC. Okay, so if you look at that, today is 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. There is coming up, if you look at that, FOMC. Okay, and with the upcoming FOMC, which is on Wednesday, one of the biggest event that coming up. So with the upcoming FOMC, if you look at that, the forecast here is 3.75. So this meeting is scheduled to hold the rate as far as I'm not concerned, and I think by the end of this year there will be 25 bias points rise in the rate, which will eventually, usually any currency that if you see the rate hike is bullish. Okay, there are two things, and also you can see there is a rate hold. If you look at that, there is a rate hold right now. How does the rate hike and rate hold really influence the market is very important to look at, right? If you look at that, we had a trade on this one, and I think we need to go out with this. And if you look at that rate hold, let's say, how does the rate hold and also rate cut? Okay, in a situation where there is a rate hold, how does the market influenced by rate hold in a situation where there will be rate cut or rate hike? What do I mean by this? Let's say any instrument has interest rate, current interest rate 3.5, and then the future indication is 4. Now in the middle, when there is a hold, and let's say an instrument again in the beginning the rate is 3.5, in the middle hold, and at the end is 3%. This is what I was talking about. So in both cases rate hold, but this hold might be bullish, this hold might be bearish. In both situations the rate is hold, but this hold is actually bearish, because the trend, you see that curve line, both are starting from 3.5, but this one is going up, this one is going down. So that's why even there is a rate hold meeting, but it still is bullish for dollar index. So this is what you need to keep in mind now. So with the deal has will be signed, that's I think scheduled on Friday. Okay, so if deal is signed and the strait is open and the ceasefire with US-Iran remains or war ends, then that could be overall. We saw there was a stock market is pretty high at the moment, right? So you might see that bullish bias may still continue. That's what I think, because there's one reason is now the market will be mostly driven by the fundamental. That means that interest rate decision, depending on what other instruments are doing. And the market is very, very unpredictable instrument. Keep in mind, guys, nothing can be predicted with absolute certainty, depending on whatever happen all around the globe. So sometimes you see that which is anticipated could be very, very different. For example, let's say during the war, the DXY was most of the time bullish and bearish mixed. It could happen that DXY might be very strongly bullish after the deal sign. This can happen. Let me tell you why this can happen. Is because, have you looked at the stock market? Let's look at the Nasdaq. Okay, if you look at the Nasdaq, there is a huge volume in this market now, right? Nasdaq. And if the Nasdaq is going up, then which is bullish for dollar index, okay? And as you know that the artificial intelligence is now in terms of the stock market is very, very high in demand, which is no doubt about it. Now you can see this flying up. And there is another thing on Nasdaq. What do you see here? There's a gap open. This is something that you need to pay attention very importantly. Nasdaq from the weekly open with a gap up. Okay, so if Nasdaq is going up, that will fuel also dollar index up. Okay, is because of the higher demand for dollar. So how does this work? Anything, let's say if you buy any product or service from any particular country, or it's very simple. If you buy any product or service from any particular country, you need to buy their currency, right, more often. And therefore, if the stock market is going high, that means that there is a higher demand for artificial intelligence now at the moment. Okay, now if the higher demand for artificial intelligence, then more of investment will come to the dollar. That will drive the dollar price to the upside. In that case, during the war, there is always remain uncertainty during the war, right? There's always an uncertainty. And during the uncertainty, safe haven dollar index rises. Now, dollar index can rise with another situation where there is a higher growth as well. Okay, because people either buy dollar due to they are fearful about their investment, so they want to buy dollar, keep their investment in it. There is another way dollar index can go up is because the product that you need to buy dollar. So that could be another reason that can go up in all those situations. So let's look at now, as a short-term trader, what we are looking at here in this market, right, on XAUUSD to see that where the market is heading. We're seeing some short-term move that has happened here in this market. So if you look at now on gold, now at the moment, what I think that if you look at this weekly move on gold is approaching the weekly key level, okay, which is here. You are on a trade. No, yeah, we are on a trade. We are on a trade, and I said that I sent this trade on the premium group. If you looked at, are you on trade? Yes, I'm on a trade from the premium group, and I guess for those who are here also on a trade. I think we are going to drop with NY session to test the gap. What are your thoughts on it? I think we are going to drop an NY session to retest the gap. What are your thoughts on it? I don't see gold going up straight from here with NY session. Afternoon coach from Mazansi, South Africa. Thank you. Welcome. All right. So let's see that gap. Okay. Cool. Good point. So this is it. Now, my that understanding here, gap upfield. Then, if you look at that, are you selling? Not yet. Not yet. We bought one position on gold. Is still on. So there is a gap open. Okay, seems less likely to fill the gap. Maybe first going up, then gap fill. I agree with you. I think that could be the situation here, because there is a very sharp breakout. It is less likely now straight dropping here without breaking this high, because the market already has moved significantly, right? So you can see that here it already moved significantly up to that point here. And because the market already moved significantly up to that point, it is highly likely that the market will be even going up further to the break. And it is less likely now that the market is going to come to fill the gap without breaking that high, because it gone too far. It's not a pullback now. If you look at that, it gone too far. So what we could see now here is the market to cross 4362, okay, and then get extended, okay, and then reverse. Now with the reverse, okay, it may eventually go a lot to the upside, or we might see reverse this week coming down. After break of this 4362, the market is very high chance that will reverse here back down, which is a high probability setup. That, and you see that this is the daily bearish engulfer, and with this daily bearish engulfer that the market has created, come back to this support, now has moved up. So it's near there, and therefore chances for the market to move up now is higher. How do you think that? And so therefore we open one trade. If you looked at that on buy, and it is on now. And how many of you are running this trade from the premium group? We are almost at entry. Can you say yes if you are running this trade from our group? If you are in the group. If you are not in the group, it's open now. So I'm sharing with you the premium group link here. Okay, Yes, in a trade. Thank you very much. Premium group link is open. It's gonna close because we are updating everything, right? There is a new, very advanced education available for you to learn. So make sure you take that opportunity, join that, be part of that. Yes, thank you very much. It's gonna be huge for you, and I believe that you'll enjoy here. And here is, I've shared the group, and it's exclusively available where I'm sharing all trade with entry, stop loss, and take profit target. And the previous trade also have shared all those premium trades. So looking at here in this area, from this support level, the market is now on this uptrend here. So let's look at here, lower time frame. There's a break above. Look at the 30 minutes that you can see has created that 30 minutes price action pattern that you can see in this area. So here is the bullish engulfer that has created an upside bias. So with a bullish engulfer that you can see on the lower time frame, XAUUSD maintaining its upside bias here, and which is showing up that the market trend is up, and we are looking at a possible upside move. And I believe you guys also you see that the market has broken this 20 EMA and then has reacted to the upside with this 20 EMA, which could remain here, that to create a new higher high. So currently we are with this trade at entry, near at entry. So I will keep the trade is still on this. So if you look at that stop loss over below this low, and our take profit is here. So the trade is on, and so the entry was 4338.20 that you have entered during the London session. So you can see the market trend shows that bullish bias, okay, and we can see the market is showing that bullish bias and could continue to rise here back in the major direction of the trend. Thank you. So it shows that upside, and I'm on the trade. So the trade is still valid if anyone wants to enter. I'm not opening a new position as we are running on trade. So I'll keep that one as our running trade. if you guys anyone wants to look at, you can do that, and I encourage you to open in a demo account, which is important to look at. Let's see that how far it goes. So the market shows that upside bias. This is still an uptrend. So if you look at the price action shows a possible upside bias that could maintain its uptrending move here in that area, and which is showing that the price action to remain for the longer term picture an upside movement. And the trend is bullish. Looking forward to see possibility to secure this trade. We'll be back in just less than a minute. Okay, it's back on track. So you are looking at here. Thanks for your patience, guys. You're back on track. So here, if we look at that overall market trend here in this area, that shows bullish. So you could see that further continuation back in this market. So here is also the 15 minutes chart that you can see. It is a sharply uptrending market. If you look at the 1 hour here as well, you can see that showing that there is a potential for bullish bias. The market is just breaking out of this 1 hour 10 EMA that you can see here in this area. So from the technical, I'm running in profit. Okay, and if you guys are with this trade, say yes if you are with this trade, and let me know what's your bias. The key here is to look for an entry in the major direction of the flow. Okay, so you can see here that from this support, the market has created this bias back to the upside here in this area. Cool. In the meantime, did you like this stream? I see that likes. We are running a trade with running profit. If you are enjoying, so you didn't miss to like this stream. And also, can you give a feedback on the live chat? How many of you are running this trade at the moment? Running, giving you entry on gold, and I'm on a trade. Cool. We are on a trade. So and this is announced as a new trade. If anyone wants another new entry, share your thought. If you are not, give a new entry on gold. Okay. So for those who are looking for a new entry, that you need to place the stop loss below this 1 hour low, wherever we are entering. So that's what we are looking at. Okay, now we may see here a breakup structure. You see that the price has reached this key zone, and Now if the market breaks below here, of this breaking below, it can create an potential upside bias. See, there is a doji, and that could be another potential wave of bounce here in this market. Waiting to see how the market react to that level. At the moment, if I enter the another buy trade, then I can't place a stop loss above this high. So in that case, for those who haven't entered this one here, probably waiting for some time to see new entry. However, if you are on if you are not on the group, also you can stay connected so that you are not missing the offline trade that I am sharing. I'm also sharing all those trades that I'm opening. So the premium might get closed very soon. So this is a great opportunity. So is that one here that you can see. And so from here, it is one single move that you can see towards the upside. From 15 minutes as well, showing that one single move to the upside. Okay, so here is the market here in that area. This is where the market had breakout and now trying to push back down for another wave of move, and it's still showing that upside bias. And with this 1 hour candle is important to look at. This is one single move. The market can come back for a pullback at any time. Let me know if you are running, and we may close this trade in, if it successfully goes up to our profit target with the 1 hour candle close. Still we can run it quite a few minutes for this upside move, and I would like to take this move entirely before we take any profit or doing anything along the way. Thank you. And here is we can see that market has made a significant move, and what I think that this may still continue to rise, okay, which is showing that the price action to remain literally upside here in that area. So far we can see that to happen. Okay, that's you can see that it's creating a narrow long wick doji, and that is now in a zone that we will be looking to see if the market is having a reaction back below or getting back towards the upside again. Okay, this is a breakup structure, and I'm still holding that the market to possibly break that high and creating a new higher high. Okay, you can see the market is maintaining this uptrend and shows that it may continue to rise here back above to create a new higher highs. We are on this move here in that area. See that we might get up to that. Around 4353 can be sell zone. Currently rising market, so I'm not going to sell here, guys. This is a very important point to look at, and I'm not going to sell here because it's a very important point to look at. Here the market is in an upside bias. This is a rising market. Good afternoon. Running a demo account, looking good at the moment. Okay, thank you. That's cool. That's cool, guys. Which is very important. Yeah. So if you are beginner, that I would say that probably better to run on a demo account, which is good. The market trend shows a significantly upside bias here in that area. So there is what I think the now liquidity sweep here in that area. So here is seems like waiting for the US Open here, at least for a retest and maybe fill the gap. Okay, could be. No, I don't think it's still coming to fill the gap. You mean that gap for that one open with the weekly? I don't think yet. It's gonna be too easy before it breaking that daily high. it is less likely to come to fill that gap. Okay, so here if you look at that now, this might be what you could see, that you see this break below can be strong liquidity sweep and can create another bias back towards the upside. Dumb down would be good depending on if it like it depends on it may be just I don't think it's gonna straight drop. Instead, if you look at this kind of movies, usually grabs more liquidity, because the market, you see that also leaving gap at the top, which is usually a sign of again another bounce. We'll see that how the market structure form, and depending on the price action, market structure forming is very important to see how the market is evolving. So you can see that after coming here, it's grabbing the liquidity. It grabbed the liquidity, and the market might be here cracking back to the upside potentially. And if you look at the 1 hour, just 1 hour candle closed, and I think that there is a higher chance for the market to try to here lower time frame, there is some liquidity sweep. All right, it can come now for a deeper pullback. See that what's happening. Okay, if change of trend, we are almost running with little profit here. I'm still running in. I will not be closing at the moment, so I don't want to close with the smaller profit at the moment. What you could see over. Okay, this is sideway movement that you can see in that area. Set some music on. So you can see that breakout of this level, and with this breakout the market now could continue to rise here, potentially back above to the sub resistance line. So if you look at that, this is a support, and you can see the market is slowly breaking back towards the upside, and I would like to see that here it's maintaining this uptrend, and then we can it's inverted seller till 4330. Okay, then maybe go upside. Okay, let's look at here. Okay, so you can see breakout, and I'm on the trade. I'm proudly running some good profit. Let me know, guys, if you are doing the same thing in the live chat. This is the beauty of trading. And I have to update here group. Okay. Thank you. Okay, here the market slowly breaking back to the upside that you can see, and could that continue to rise here for another higher high? I'm proudly running with some good profit here now at the moment after this break of structure. So the market has reached now a significant area of value that you can see from the 1 hour. It may try to break further lower, that's what I think, or we could say that entire continuation back in that area. So there is a doji. Let's see that how this doji react later. There is a chance for again bounce back to the upside, which is should be the normal reaction in the major direction of the flow that you could see. All right, so you can see the market is now heading back towards the upside that you can see. All right, so as the market, if you look at that, this is a key support where there is a liquidity gap. The market has moved back towards the upside here, and with this breakout that you can see, the market has created this initial move here in that area. So the big move, pullback, another move. The market is maintaining this uptrending market structure, and we are on a good move. And let's look at what is happening with the current geopolitical sentiment here. So I would like to go through some of the recent update on the geopolitical situation. Israeli media citing sources, Netanyahu informed Trump that Israel is not bound by the Lebanon clause in the agreement. Okay, so this is one update, and if we look at that later, Iran says draft understanding allows future revenue collection. Iran says draft understanding allows future revenue collection in Hormuz, according to Tehran. Okay, so this is another Tehran update, and we have a deal. Okay, so this is 10 hours ago. US and Iran agrees to peace deal to end war. Pakistan Prime Minister, if you look at US Iran agree on peace deal to end the war, Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif says. Okay, and okay, so we see that we looked at, and there is no very further new development, but what we can see, so this is the recent update. G7 meeting in France. Who is on agenda and who is attending? Okay, which is very important to look at. I will be looking at later. But at the moment, that's an important meeting. By the way, we see that there is a pullback has coming the market again, and after the 15 minutes candlestick pattern, the market is at this level. And therefore, if you look at that movement, which is a significant doji that you can see the market is forming here, and with this doji pattern formation that you can see at this level, so the market has tested this support, okay, which is a support here. Okay, if you look at the resistance turn support here, you could see the market to continue to rise back here above in that level. Okay, ladies, for scalping, thank you. At least for scalping, yeah, the market is showing that pattern that you can see of that. Okay, so with multiple, if you look at that liquidity sweep with multiple retest of this previous resistance here, which is turning support here, showing up that the market to remain here in the major direction of the flow. And at least for scalping, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Awesome. Very good to hear that, guys. If you are following along and we are running this trade, this is the key. All right, patience. Take one trade, not many, and then follow along. Very important. On it. We are on it. Oh, come on. We are running by. Why did I come on? Wrong wording. Sometimes it happens. We are running by. Update us. Okay. We are running by and we are on it. At least for scalping. Thank you. And nearly there, hitting that profit target, nearly there. And I'm really excited to take this move back here. That is absolutely awesome here, guys. And I'm looking at here in this market that to see where it is heading. Okay, it's almost there that you can see. And currently we are up. If you look at that here, and I'm up 160 pip. I'm up 160 pip. And look at the daily. The market is approaching the daily key level. Okay, this is the daily key level. It's potentially to break that daily key level, and that's why my profit target is little lower than this, because it is a rising market, and chances for this market just going to hit that daily key level, which is very, very, very high possibility situation can happen on this market. And that's what you can see. The market is showing up that movement, and already, so see that. All right, guys, I'm going out with the current. I'm running good profit. I wanna take this trade successfully, the first one, and I'm updating the group as well. I'm out with the running profit. 160 pip taken. $160 pip taken. That's the cool part of it. Cool. It's done. Now you have just need to begin another one. So the market, if you look at that here in this area, now in a consolidation, which could be that the price might be here breaking that high. Thank you. Are you still in the trade? Fortress. No, I'm out. I'm out with the running profit. How many have you have out with this running profit, guys? Can you let me know? Thank you. Getting that reaction back above, and most likely you could see now potential upside bias. I didn't be greedy here, just I got out with this trade. Thank you. This is very important to look at. Yeah, got out. Now that's going, because this is a fast trade, guys. We'll be back in just a matter of few seconds. The market trend is up. We're seeing that. So here is the market almost reach that level where we were at. Now that shows that this market is in an uptrend. Did you enjoy this trade? Still not, we have few more to open, but I'm still looking at if confirmation. Now maybe retest sell. Okay, whenever I get it so early, I hold until open to make advantage open volume. Advantage of open volume. Okay, whenever I get in so early, I hold until open to take advantage of open market volume. Are you going to buy after IFBG make body close? We'll see that. If you look at that here, that you can see the market is in a sharp trend that you can see, which is pretty stronger move, and we might see that continuation going ahead, and you could see that continuation here in this market. This is a very sharply uptrending market that you can see off that level, and which is you can see the market has reached that key level. All right, and which is, if you look at that, still penetrating above. If a strong bullish momentum can be 4400. Now looks like, yeah, thank you very much. And this is if you look at from this support, this is a move that you can see it's a complete break back to the upside here in that area, and from here that you can see the market has reached that level, and with this support here, it made its move back here in that area. How far do you think it may go? Okay, that's a good question. If you look at that, this is the, I'd like to delete those levels here to see, and we have successfully closed this trade, and I'm really excited to close our first trade on this day. Now if you look at that here, you can see this is the daily price action, where there is a daily 20 EMA, and also if you look at the daily support and resistance, right? So which is a very important area of value. Now the market is in a zone that has an imbalance here. Now this is an area of imbalance, 300 pp imbalance, and if you like to trade imbalance, then stay tuned for that. We'll be still looking for, and this is NFP week, absolutely very important trading week with NFP, and we don't want to miss that one here as well. So that said, if you look at that, this is a key level, and off this key level, that you're expecting the market to trend here back in the major direction of the flow. All right, flow is very important to look at. If you guys look at the flow, right, we have traded the flow. We didn't trade the market, we have traded the flow. Okay, which is, what do you think it may go? And I think it's gonna 4394. What do you think? Or we are crossing higher? How many of you agree that it's gonna cross 4394 or above this level? Let me know. Let's see that, guys. Give some love here on the chat for this trade that we have opened and closed in profit, the first one, right? Still we have more to go. The whole week remaining. This is this week FOMC. Okay, FOMC very important. As with the FOMC, we are looking for pretty massive move here that we could see in this market. Are you guys busy in opening buy or wait? I'm thinking 4405. Okay, 4405. Let me see that. 4405. 44. Yeah, near there. I'm with you. Okay, so at the moment the market in a zone here, right? And also there is a daily. And there's a daily, if you look at that daily 20 EMA, right? This is daily 20 EMA. And with the daily 20 EMA, and also if you look at support and resistance, which is, if you look at that, that's a void, right? That's a void. And because this is a void and there's nothing in between, so we could see that the market just flying back in that area, in that vacuum. And then because the market has shifted from this low to the upside, and also it is now just crossing the weekly level. Okay, so if you look at this, is the weekly resistance line here. Okay, I'm thinking, please sir, what RR do you use? Okay, so the RR that I use usually 1:1 more, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's very important that you understand the probability and RR. Both are complementary. Okay, so if you look at that, the probability in a market is different than the risk reward. We'll be discussing on that because you need to look at both. Normally you can't have risk reward without understanding the probability. Okay, so here if you look at the market is on this key support area that you can see in that area. Reading, I hope that you are enjoying. All right, so cool. Let's see that what next is coming up here in this area. And in the meantime, did you subscribe to the channel? I believe you enjoyed this trade. We have taken that 150 pip, and there are more to coming. 160 pip, and there are more to coming. And so if you look at here, you can see that this is a very important. This is a candlestick pattern that has significant amount of liquidity that you can see here in that area, which is key to look at that. Where is the sell zone possible, sir? Or is the sell zone possible, sir? No, not. This is now becoming a prevailing uptrend for the time being, at least. At the moment, I'm not thinking of selling, only thinking of buying. We have successfully, you see, 150, 60 pip closed in buy, and I would like to look at again buy. Okay, trading with the trend is very important, and I believe you guys also there. It's important that you always pay attention to the trend. This is psychological. I know that, when the market is at the top. Okay, so thank you. When the market is at the top, we had a tendency to sell from the top. I also have had that. It took a lot of time for me to eventually understand that, I shouldn't sell at this level. And how can I understand it? Where is the sell? Okay, now going to another overall move to see that. Let's quickly look at also what is going on with the WTI and also the DXY. So looking at WTI, there is a gap open. Now if you look at that, we discussed, I think, in my weekly forex forecast as well, there's a gap open on WTI, and that gap opening is key to look at, that you can see here. Okay, so you can see there is a gap open here on WTI, which is very important to look at. And because there is a gap opening, okay, there is a gap opening, the market with this gap open has reached the point where there is a higher area of value. And with this gap open now, the price action slowly building its momentum here, that back below, that you can see here in that area. And with this momentum back below with the gap open on WTI, chances for the market structure to remain downward bias here. And here is the liquidity zone that you can see of that level. So therefore, for the market to return back in that zone here on that level where there is a 75.55 and below, chances for the WTI to remain here downside. If you look at the USD/JPY, where the market on USD/JPY also shows very significant move here in this market, that you can see of this level. This is support, where support here, and also this is the weekly chart on USD/JPY. There's an inverted head and shoulder. Okay, it has shown a strong bullish confluence here in this market on dollar yen. Now, daily chart to look at, the market has tested the lower shadow of this area here, and of this lower shadow retest on USD/JPY, the market potentially to remain biased back towards the upside here. From the 4-hour chart here, that you can see it's in a narrow consolidation here in this area, that you can see this is the 1-hour chart, and that's what showing that USD/JPY here, this is that you can see a triangular pattern, and market potentially to reverse here back above on USD/JPY. Okay, so therefore USD/JPY maintaining its that its momentum here back in that area. Now going back to with the USD/JPY, if you look at the daily, the market structure remains here on a sideway, and what I think that slowly we might see that breaking below, and then could bounce back here again back to the upside. So if we see that USD/JPY on a pullback, and you can see the gold also going back to gold. The reason I look at all of them time to time is because to give you a clear understanding of what is happening here in the market. Cool. Thank you. Okay, so at the moment, if you look at this zone where 20 MA 10 exponential moving averages, and there is a breakout, shows that this is still in this uptrending market structure. And with this uptrend, it's the daily price action, where here is the daily 20 MA, and here is also the daily support and resistance, which is showing that it is in an uptrending movement. Now for me here, I'll be looking at further entry as soon as we can see the market has done that enough pullback, okay, which is to look at that overall picture in this market. So you look at the market is approaching that key level. Now 30 minutes also on a pullback, and I think this move on the 15 minutes might create potentially another wave of bounce. 4-hour candle close coming that you can see on gold, which is just breaking out of this. This is the first time the market has reached that high. Now if the market wants to reverse here, we could see the reversal happening of this level that you can see. It can reverse from this level, which is possible, okay, on this market. But I think the price action here, we could see that the market to still to maintain its uptrending directional bias here in this market. Okay, so if you look at that here, there you can see the market is showing up that pattern. Okay, sir. Yeah, we are at. The market is at support, and you could see that continuation here in this market. All right, so here is moving. The market is creating its pattern here back in that area, and we are seeing that if you look at that after the market move here, it's on a deeper pullback again at this level. Okay, here is this is a channel that you can see, and this is a, if you look at, it's a channel that in an uptrend. So the market has dropped back to this support, okay, which is the previous resistance down support, and chances for this market to reverse again of this level is also very higher, as the market trend remain here bullish. And now I will be reviewing the current sentiment before we look for any further trade setup, to see that where the current sentiment. Again, looking at this week is very important because of the FOMC coming up. If you look at that in few hours, so which is basically on Wednesday. Today is still on Monday here. Therefore, if you look at that, tomorrow, right? FOMC after tomorrow. Okay, so with the FOMC coming, the market is looking that there is a high level of volatility in the market. Now you can see that in this zone here, overall the market trend shows that upside bias. We had our previous trade opened and ready for another entry of this level. You can see the market is slowly pushing that price back above to the this is an order block that you can see. There's a long wick and the daily trend is up. So what I think that the market might be just going to hit that daily 20 EMA. And if the market is going to hit the daily 20 EMA, for our close shows that continuation, and I'm going to look for further entry opportunity here. You can see the price has shown initial bounce. It's the 15-minute candlestick pattern, shows a bullish bias. The lower time frame as well shows bullish bias. Shall we have the buy? Okay. Shall we market buy? Okay. Where is the sell zone possible, sir? Yeah, you will be only looking at buy here. Okay. So if you look at that, we are looking at only for the buy here. So this is the current level that you can see of that. Don't you think it's gonna go back again 4393 from here? Now I'm preparing for potential another entry. Especially would like to see the pullback here. I think it may deepen for a pullback, and that can be an important zone that you can look for entry. Okay, this is what we are looking at. Okay, so here the market is showing that upside bias, going to potentially break this high here from the 4 hour, and this is a pure fair value gap that you can see here in this area. Okay, so with this fair value gap, as the market is approaching this fair value gap, chances for the market to just, that strongly breaking that high is very high, and therefore waiting for a deepen here. I'm still looking for another entry. Okay, and very strongly bullish bias of this. And if we look at the calendar again, so there is coming up later today BOJ policy rate, monetary policy statement on JPY, and also tomorrow coming up cash rate on AUD, RBA statement, RBA press conference, BOJ press conference, which is very important to look at here. Federal fund rate, FOMC is on Wednesday here, so every single day very busy schedule in terms of the monetary policy. 4350 entry 1 hour. Yeah, thank you. So this is if you look at that, there is a break below here. Now this might bring that market to this 4-hour support. Okay, that might create a buying opportunity, what I think here. Now this is a one single move back below. Okay, this is a and this drop that you can see of that can create another potential, what I think, the entry opportunity here. So there might be some, if you look at that pullback here, and there is also 5 minutes kind of closed. So the market is in a, if you look at that, in a consolidation here, double top and the top. I think I'm putting a limit order for 4350. At the moment, I think best way is to wait for the market to show the clear trend direction. to sell. I think putting limit order, no, this is currently in a sharply uptrend that if you look at, and it's rising, it's moved back to the upside here that you can see. So that upside, in that you can see the market is consolidating here, which is showing that it potentially continue to rise here back above in that area. Okay, so with that movement, if you look at the market is trending, and we are looking forward to see that the price to continue its move in the major direction of the trend. Now, if you look at that overall market movement, that the market trend remaining here to the direction of the flow, and that remains, and you can see that the price action remains here in the direction of the major flow here. So therefore this is an uptrend, and we are looking to see still for a buy opportunity. Yeah, the consolidation, the market shows that it's gonna move in that direction of the flow. So therefore I'm looking at an entry to the upside. We see that the price has tested this. We have successfully closed one trade. It's just the first day of trading week, 2 sessions completed. One big trade has been secured, and I would like to wait for the next entry to the upside. This is my plan, and also there will be a separate analysis coming up on this later today, so don't miss out that one as well. Thanks for joining here. I'm almost at the end of this session. This is a big session after the London one, and I would like to see you guys tomorrow here as well with the same lives, 2 of them, and they are productive. You guys have seen that, and I really don't want to miss any of this analysis and strategy that we are trading. So that being said, thanks for joining here, and I will see you again very soon trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy.